This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, good evening everyone. Yesterday we understood how to write a simple program and how to work with an Eclipse. Today we shall understand about the data types, about the variables, assigning the value to a variable and printing the value of a variable and performing some operation with the variables. Okay, now if a human want to sustain his life, right, or if any living being need to sustain its life, right, so it needs a food, right, so it needs a food, right, so food helps to go ahead with the life, right? So similarly in the programs, for the program to lead its life, we need a data, we need a data. So what type of data? Numbers, 4 minus 9, 24, double 8, double 9, double 6, 4, 1, 2. Okay, some numbers like this: 2.4, 9.6, minus 5.1, 22.19. Okay, something like this. Some data like A, B, M, F, or something like this. Some data like true, false. Similarly, some data like David, Raju. So, like, if we look into this picture, we see there are different data, right? Some are numbers, some are string, some are characters, right? Yes. Like, if I differentiate them, I can see these are like integers, these are like decimal numbers, these are like characters, these are like Boolean, and here we have a string. So look, the program needs a data. In data, we have different types of data, right? If we deep dive into data, we see different types. There are integers, there are decimal, characters, boolean, string. All together, we call it as what? Data. Okay. So if we look in detail, when we deep dive into it, we see different data types. Okay, so we have an integer data type, we have a decimal data type, character data type, boolean data type, string data type, right? So if we deep dive into data, what we see is data types. Data types. Now let us understand one by one in detail. Okay, in Java, with respect to data types, we have two types of data types. One is primitive data types, and one more is non-primitive data types. So we have how many data types of data types? Mainly two types of data types. One is primitive data types and one more is non-primitive data types. Okay, so for a time being, let us not worry about non-primitives. We shall worry or we shall understand only primitive data types for now, or for today's session. We will be understanding only primitive data types. To understand non-primitive data types, we need another three-fold sessions. Okay, so till then, let us not worry about it. So now we shall understand about primitive data types. Okay. So in primitive data types, we have around eight primitive data types. We have around eight primitive data types. Who are those? They are byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. Okay, so we have eight primitive data types in Java. We have eight primitive data types in Java. So these four data types represents integer. Okay, these two represents decimal, and anyways, char is character and boolean is boolean. Okay, so whenever you use this data type, so there is a memory consumed. There is a memory consumed. The memory consumed, okay, in terms of bytes. First, let us see how much memory consumed in terms of bytes. Byte consumes 1 byte of memory, short consumes 2, int consumes 4 bytes of memory, long consumes 8 bytes of memory, float again consumes 4 bytes, double consumes 8 bytes, char consumes 2 bytes, and boolean does not consume much of the memory. Okay? Similarly, if we convert the bytes into bits, sorry, okay, bits. 1 byte is equals to 8 bits. 1 byte is equals to how many bits? 8 bits. 2 bytes is equals to 16 bits. Okay, 1 byte is equals to 8 bits means 2 bytes means 16. 4 means 32. 8 means 64. Similarly, here it is 32 bits. Here it is 64 bits. Here it is 16 bits. Here it is only 1 bit. It consumes 1 bit of memory. Then we have something called as range. Okay, again I'm telling these numbers are not at all required for you to remember. Okay, so don't by heart. Okay, byte is 1 byte, 8 bits. No, nothing is required. Okay, I'll tell you. So range means the byte can hold a value from minus 2 power 7 to plus 2 power 7 minus 1. Similarly, a short can hold a value from minus 2 power 15 to plus 2 power 15 minus 1. Similarly, int can hold from minus 2 power 32 to plus 2 power 32 minus 1. Similarly, minus 63 to plus 2 power 63 minus 1. So these two has no range. Char can hold from 0 to 2 power 15 minus 1. This can hold either true or false. Either true or false. Okay. Okay, Vikas. So what we should remember in this table? We should remember only the data types. Only the data types. Who are the data types? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. Remember this order. Byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. Okay. Byte can. Okay. So these numbers and all is not required. Only remember the order. Okay. No one will ask you, hey, how many bytes of memory a byte consume or a short consume or an int consume. Okay. So, but I want you guys to be having an idea about it. Just I wrote it. Okay. If you remember the order, okay, see here bytes 1, double of it is 2, double of it is 4, double of 4 is what? 8. For integers, you can remember that. Then for float it is 4, then double of it is 8. For char it is 2 bytes. Okay, that is how you can remember. So bits, if you know bytes, bits you need not to worry about it. Bytes into 8 will give you bits. 1 into 8, 8. 2 into 8, 16. 4 into 8, 32. 8 into 8, 64. 4 into 8, 32. 8 into 8, 64. 2 into 8, 16. Okay. Boolean only 1 bit. If you know the bits, range is very easy. Minus 2 power bits minus 1. 8 minus 1 is 7. 2 plus 2 power bits minus 1. 8 minus 1 is 7. Then minus 1. Similarly here 2 power 15 to plus 2 power minus 1. Here also 32. Okay, it is 31. Okay, minus 2 power 31 to plus 2 power 31 minus 1. Clear? So remember only the order of the data types, not the bytes, nor bits, nor range. That is not at all required. If you remember the order, these things are very easy to get. So what are the data types available? The two primitive data types in Java: byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and boolean. So these are the 8 primitive data types that are available in Java. Clear everyone? Do you have any doubt on primitive data types that are available in Java? So we have 8 primitive data types. It is byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and boolean. Any doubts on this? Okay, guys. So now, when you go to a hotel and if you order like that, you need a pizza or you need a burger. Okay, let us take pizza. Okay, let us take a pizza. Okay, and it's not a takeaway and you are going to eat it there. So what you will do? You will have a plate. Inside the plate, they will keep a pizza for you, right? So your pizza is there on the plate. Now, you want to drink a coffee. So what you will do? You will take a coffee mug and you will give a coffee for you. So now, what is this plate? What is this coffee mug? They are the containers. They are the containers. What they are containing? They are containing some food. They are containing some food. So what is the use of coffee mug? Coffee mug is a container, boss. It is used to contain something liquid. Okay. So coffee mug is a container here. It acts as a container. Plate is a container here. It acts as a container. So why they gave it in a container? Because they gave it in a container so that we can consume it whenever it is required. We can consume it whenever it is required. Or else they would have connected a pipe to your mouth directly from a coffee machine, right? So they don't do that. They will give you in a container so that you can consume the coffee whenever you need it, right? So they don't make you to go and sit on a tawa and eat a pizza, right? They will give it on a plate so that you can consume it whenever you need it. Okay, right? So the containers will help us to consume the food whenever we need it, right? Okay. When it comes to a program, when it comes to a program, the food is a data here. The food is a data here. So what is a container then? Where we store the food or where we keep the food, right? So in a program, food is a data. The container is a variable. Container is what? The variable. Variable. So variable acts as what? Container. Variable acts as what? Container. So variable is used to hold a value. Variable is used to hold a value. Okay. So now let us see how to declare a variable. To declare a variable, we have a syntax. Data type, then variable name. Variable name. So now let us think we want to store 3.142, the value of a pi. So what we can do? So value of a pi is what? A decimal, right? So at that time we have two data types available. One is float or double, whichever you love or you like, you can take that. There is no rule, hey, you should take a float, hey, you should take a double. There is no rule like that. Okay, which you love, whichever you like or whichever you have an affair with, you can just go ahead and take that data type. Okay, so now I will take double as a data type and variable name. I will give a name as pi. So what is my variable name? Pi. So then I will assign a value to a variable pi. Pi is equals to 3.142 and give the semicolon. Okay, so what we did here, we declared a variable and here we initialize the variable. Declaring means giving a value to declaring the variable. Initializing means giving a value to a variable. Okay, so what we did first, declaration. What we did next, initialization. Okay, so now if you want to store a number like 95, then 95 is an integer. Integer means you just go ahead and take whichever the type of integer data type you need, either a byte or short or int or long. Okay, so now what I do, I will take one variable int a. A is a variable, then a is equals to 95. I initialize the value to a variable. I initialize the value to a variable. Okay. In Java, in Java, declaration and initialization can be done together. So I can do like this. Double y is equals to 3.142 semicolon. Okay. This also I can combine. Int a is equals to 95. The option is left to you. Either you declare and initialize in a different lines or you declare and initialize in the same line. It is left to you. Okay. So it depends on the situation, right? Sometimes we will declare and we will initialize in the later stages of the program. Sometimes we declare and initialize on spot. Okay. So it's based on the workflow or like how we are writing the code, but doesn't make any difference. But this doesn't make any difference. You declare in one line, initialize in the other line, or you declare and initialize in the same line. There is no difference. There is no difference at all. However you want, you just play with it. Okay, understood now how to declare a variable and how to initialize a variable. Clear, everyone? Do you have any doubt on this? So now let us go to Eclipse. Now let us create a new project. How to create a new project? Inside a package explorer, right click on it, go for new Java project and tell J2. Okay, any project name you want, you can just give it, but I just follow this. Okay, I'll just go with day B. Okay, so then open it. There is a SRC folder. Right click on top of it, go for new and create a class. Again, I will repeat. Right click on SRC. Anyways, we have seen all these things in detail yesterday, so I'm not going to talk much about this today. So now let us create a class test A. The class got created. So if you want to run a program, we need to have a main method. What is the signature of a main method? Public static void main with string array as the argument. So now I will declare and initialize a variable. So then pi is a variable, it's not an English statement, so I will not keep it inside the double quote. I will just print it. Okay, so I'm printing the variable. Whenever we are printing a variable, it should be written outside the double quote, not inside the double quote. See, 3.142. So we declared a variable and we initialized it. Clear, everyone? Do you have any doubt on declaring and initializing a variable, guys? So please clear your doubts. Don't carry forward any of your doubts for tomorrow or for the later. Okay, it has to be cleared on spot so that you'll get a grip. Now, let me create one more class. Let's have a okay, public static void main with string array as the argument. Now what I do, I'll declare one variable a is equals to 5. Okay, if you want, I'll show you how to declare and initialize in two different lines. Equals to 5. Okay, then we are printing a. Okay, so you can declare and initialize in two different lines, or everything can be done in one shot as well. So now we shall see one more scenario where we add two numbers and store it into a variable. Okay, so now what we shall do, we shall take int a is equals to 10, then we shall take int b is equals to 5, so then we shall take one more c is equals to a plus b. So now what happened? What is present in a? In a there is 10 and in b there is 5. Okay, so what happens in the memory gets created and the value gets stored here. Okay, so now the value of a is 10, value of b is 5 throughout our program. Okay, so a is pointing to some memory and in that memory the value 10 is present. B is pointing to some memory, in that memory the value 5 is present. So in a program, whenever you tell A or B, that is 10 and 5. Okay, so now what we are doing, A is 10 plus B is 5, 10 plus 5 is 15. So now the 15 gets stored into C. So now what happens, 15 gets stored into C. Now in a program, whenever we tell C, it will be printing 15. Okay, let us see that now. Int A is equals to 10, int B is equals to 5, int C is equals to A plus B. I'm printing C. See, we are getting 15. Understood everyone how to make use of variables? Clear? So how to initialize them and how to declare them and how to assign a value to a variable, how to play with the variables. Clear? Do anyone of you have any doubt on this? Now, so what is present in C? 15 is present. What is C? C is a variable. So now in a program, I want to print like this. Sum is 15. I want to print as what? Sum is 15. Here we need to see. This is English statement. What about this? This is variable. A variable value, I can consider variable value. So if I want to get this variable value, what I should do, I should print what? C, right? I should print C. So C is a variable, sum is a English. So what I should do now? What I should do? I should keep all the English statements inside what? Double quotes. So this is a variable. So if I can't keep it inside a double quote, so what I will do, I will attach that variable to the string using what? Concatenator. Using what? Concatenator. Okay, don't search where is this concatenator on my keyboard. It is a normal plus symbol only. Okay, so what we are doing? We are attaching a English statement to a variable or a variable to an English statement. So now let us see that. Array. So now what I do, tell sum is plus C plus, now let us run it. Are we getting sum is 15? Yes or no? There is no space coming here. Why? Because there is no space you also have added. You can't add the space here and expect a space there. It will never come. Okay, that will not work. The space should be given inside the double quote. See, now I am giving one space inside the double quote. So you'll get one space in between string and the variable. Understood how to attach a English statement along with the variable? Clear everyone? Okay, now let us have one more program. Okay, A minus B. So now we can tell difference is C. So no, difference is 5. 10 minus 5 is the difference. Okay, so now one person will come. He will tell, I don't want the answer like difference is 5. I want like this. 5 is a difference. So now what has to be done? Same thing. This is an English statement. Keep it inside a double quote. This is a variable. Attach it to the English statement. Quite simple. Alright? So vice versa. So we should keep the variable in the beginning. Attach it. The is the difference. Yes, we don't need this. Keep it like this. So it is telling 5 is the difference. So if you want to have a space, give it the space here. So now it is telling 5 is the difference. So wherever you want, you can just concatenate it. Okay, but make sure you are never printing a variable C inside the English statement. You will never get a value. See, filter C is the difference. What the hell is C, right? You'll be not knowing about that. So it has to be C is the difference. So variable has to be kept outside the double quote. Remember that. Clear, everyone? Anyone of you have any doubt on this? If you have any doubts or any questions or any concern, let me know. Okay, so now we understood how to declare a variable, how to initialize a variable, and how to print the value of a variable, and how to use the value of a variable for certain operations. Okay, now we shall understand one more interesting thing. Okay, byte, short, int, long, float, double. These are the data types that are available. Okay, along with that, char and boolean are also there. Let us not consider them for a time being. So byte, short, int, long, float, double. I've written in the same order. Okay. So if you start from byte and walk towards the double, that means we are going into higher positions. If you start from double and start walking towards the byte, then we are walking towards lower level. So who is a higher data type here? Double. Who is the lower data type here? Byte. Who is the lower data type? Byte. Okay, boss. Byte and int. Byte and int. So what is byte here? Byte is lower data type. What is int here? It is higher data type, because we are from the byte. If I compare int is in down. Int is after byte, right? So that is higher data type. Comparison here. So down the line, if you compare byte and short is higher data type, byte is lower data type. If you compare int and long, int is lower data type. Okay. If you compare like int and long, okay, so int is lower and long is higher. So similarly, if you compare long and byte, you only tell me who is higher. Long is higher, byte is lower data type. So now, if you consider double and long, tell me what is what? Double is higher, long is lower, because double comes after long. Okay. Similarly, if I compare float and long, what is float? Float is higher, long is lower, because long float comes after long. Okay, down the line if we come. So down the line, if we come, they are higher data types. Above, if we go, they are lower data types. Okay, when you compare with them, you'll come to know which is higher, which is lower. Okay, so this is how you can remember the higher data type and the lower data type. So when you are comparing them, then only you'll come to know who is higher, who is lower. Byte and int, if you compare, then only you'll come to know who is lower data type here, who is higher data type here. When you're comparing double and long, you'll come to know who is higher, who is lower. Okay, if they both are int, then you can't tell it is lower or higher. No, you can never tell that. If both are double, you can never tell they are higher and they are lower. Okay, lower and higher can be talked only when there are two different data types. Okay, then only you can tell, hey, this is a lower data type. Hey, this is a higher data type. Okay, if both are same, no, you can't tell, hey, this is higher. You can't tell int is lower data type, int is higher data type. Then there is only int I'm talking about. Okay, when there is only int, you can't tell it is higher or lower. Okay, so when there are two different data types combination, then only we can tell, okay, it is higher or lower. Clear? Now, there is one interesting fact here. When we perform when we perform any arithmetic operation, any arithmetic operation with the combination of lower data type and higher data type, arithmetic operations means plus or minus or multiplication or division. Whenever we perform the arithmetic operation with the combination of higher data type and the lower data type, higher data type and the lower data type, the result will be always higher data type. Remember this. Whenever we perform any arithmetic operation with the combination of lower data type and the higher data type, the result will be always higher data type. Result will be always what? Higher data type. Okay. Now, I will do a byte plus int operation. So the result will be int only. Okay. I might do the operation like int minus long. So the result will be long only because this is lower data type, this is higher data type. So the result should be always higher data type. So this is lower data type, this is higher data type. The result should be always higher data type. Okay. Int minus short. So what will be the result? Int only. Why? Because int is higher data type, this is lower data type. The result should be higher data type only. You can't change the result. So now double into int. So what will be the result? Result will be double only. Okay. Then int minus double. What will be the result? Result will be double only. Why? Because we are performing the operation with lower data type and higher data type combination. The result will be always higher data type. Int by double. What will be the result? It will be double. Any arithmetic operation performed with the combination of higher data type and the lower data type, the result will always be higher data type. Clear, everyone? See, this no one in the interview will ask you. No one. But in the industry, whenever you are writing the code, this is very, very important to understand. It is very, very important to have a knowledge on this. Okay. And one more thing I tell you, I will not do the class only for the sake of an interview. Okay. My intention is that when you go to an industry and sit, you should be knowing the each and every concept what is required for the industry also, not only the concept what are required for an interview. Once you understand the concepts what are required for industry, so that will automatically cover the concepts what are required for an interview. Okay, that is very, very important, guys. You should be understanding the concepts to the industry, not to the interview, please, because you are going to sit in the industry for a life, not in an interview room for a life, right? So interview is just a part, but industry is your life. Clear? So you should understand for your life what is required. Okay, understood? So whenever we are performing the operation with lower data type and higher data type, the result will be always higher data type. Result will be always what? Higher data type. Clear? Do anyone have any doubt on this? Okay. Now let us do something. 5 plus 10. What is this? Int. Plus what is this? Int. So what will be the result? Int. Now 2 plus 9.5. What is this? Int. What is this? Double. So what will be the result? Double. Right? To store the value whatever comes from this operation, we need what? Double type of variable. So what we can do? Double a is equals to 2 plus 9.5. This works. But some idiots, they will do like this. Int b is equals to 2 plus 9.5. This will never work. Why? Because boss, you are performing the operation int and double, so the result will be double. You can't store it in an int type variable. How you can do this? Right? How you can do this? Now, 9 minus 15.4. What are you doing here? Int double. So the result will be double only. So we need a double type variable. Double x is equals to 9 minus 15.4. Whatever the result comes, we are least concerned about the result or the value what we get to after doing the operation, but we are worried about the type what we get. Some idiots will do like this. Int y is equals to 9 minus 15.4. This is yuck. It will not compile. Okay, it will not compile at all. Leave about running. It will not compile. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, so now what I will do is I will tell int answer is equal to 5 minus 15.2. See, it will not at all compile. It tells us what are you exactly trying to do here. Okay, type mismatch. See, when I do this, the result is coming in terms of double. You idiot, you are storing it in a int type variable. So compiler feels very sad about this. Okay, so what I will do, I will make it as double. See, now it is working. Let us print the result. Okay, so we are getting the result. That's 10.2. Okay, understood? Whenever we are performing the arithmetic operation with the combination of higher data type and the lower data type, the result will be always higher data type. Okay. So now you people are smart enough. In interview, the interviewer will ask you, was what is the answer of 5 by 2? Okay, you people are very good in maths, very good in maths. 100 out of 100 you took, so you will tell 2.5. You will tell what? 2.5. Interviewer will tell you can leave for the day. You can leave for the day. Why? Because programmatically this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Let us see why. Int by int will give you what? Hint. No matter what angama you are doing, when you perform the result like int by int, operation like int by int, the result will be int only. It will never become a double, right? If you want to get double, there should be an operation with double. Then only you will get double. Directly, you will never get double. Okay, so 5 by 2 in program will result you 2. Will result you what? 2. You want to see that? Okay, I'll tell in. Okay, I'll directly do this. I don't need anything else. 5 by 2. It is int by int. What are you getting? 2. So if you tell 2.5, you will easily come to know you are a fake candidate. You don't know Java. You have read Java. You have pirated Java for the sake of an interview. That is what you will come to know by that. Okay, even me, whenever I take an interview, right, I ask simple questions only. I don't go and ask him what is Java, tell me oops concept. That everyone will be knowing, everyone will prepare for that. But when we need a really a good candidate, we will check how good they are in programming, not in the theory. Okay, and I don't think that okay, because he's telling not to prepare for theory, let me not prepare for theory. You should prepare for that also, but I'm telling you what are all the parameters the interviewer will consider, okay, or an interview panel will consider when you are in an interview. Okay, you should be aware of such things, guys. That is very, very important, I tell you. Okay, so now what I do is I will do like this: 5 divided by 2.0. Now what will be the answer? You can proudly tell boss it will be 2.5. Interviewer will ask how? Boss, it is int by double. So the result will be double. The result will be what? Double. 2.0. Okay. So we are getting what? Double. Understood everyone? Clear? Any doubt on this? Do you have any doubt on this, guys? Clear? Now, int a is equals to 2. Will this work? Yes, it works. Double p is equals to 1.4. Can double hold a decimal values? Yes, it can. Int x is equals to 0.0. Will this work? No, boss, never. Okay, no. Why? Because 0.0 is a decimal number. It is not a integer number. Okay, it is a decimal number, it never works. You might think, hey boss, 0 has no value, but still it is a decimal number. Still it is a decimal number because it is having a decimal point. It never works. It never works. Okay, this never works. This fails. Compilation itself will fail. Okay. A lower data type variable can never hold a higher data type value. Remember this. A lower data type variable can never hold a higher data type value. Okay, means I'm telling int a is equals to 2.4. This will never work because 2.4 is a higher data type value, double data type value it is. But double k is equals to 15. This works because 15 is an integer, it is lower data type. Okay, lower data type. Okay, understood? A lower data type variable can never hold a higher data type value, but vice versa is possible. A higher data type variable can hold a lower data type value. Again, I will repeat, lower data type variable can never hold a higher data type value, whereas higher data type variable can hold a lower data type value. Clear everyone? Double P is equals to 5. Will this work? Yes, let us see that. Now let us print P. See, it is giving us 5.0. You might think you are storing a name, but still to a variable of type double, so it will automatically convert it into a decimal number by putting point. Now I will tell int 5.0. See, it's not compiling only. It will tell type mismatch. You might tell, hey, 5 is equal to 5.0. What is there? But this is program. This is not mathematics. This is program. In program, the data type matters. The data type matters. Okay, you don't become a mathematician and tell that, hey, 5 is equal to 5.0. Why this int is not working? It never works because there is a decimal point. Okay, there is a decimal point. Remove the decimal point there. Then it works. Understood? Interviewer will ask, what is the value of x? What is the value of x? Can anyone tell me what will be the value of x?
2.5.
2.5, right? The smart answer. I was expecting this. Okay, 2.5. It will be not 2.5. Let us see why. 5 is what? Int. 2 is what? Int. What will be int by int? It will give you int. So 5 by 2 will return you 2.
But x is
Then what are
simply
you
double.
doing? You are taking this 2 and storing it in x. So now what will be the value of x? 2.0. Understood? Int by int will always give you int, guys. See, guys, first operation will not happen. Operation will happen. Assignment will come only after performing the operation, not before. Okay, so you should worry about this operation, not to where you are storing it. Okay, storing is the second picture. First picture is operation. First perform the operation. What value you get? Okay, then store it into a variable and then see what type of variable it is. Okay, it is a double type variable. So even though you store int, it will convert it into decimal. The value what you are storing will get converted into decimal, not the result or the operation gets converted into double. Understood, everyone? 5 by 2 is still 2. Okay, sorry. Put it in. Okay, it's still 2.0. Understood? Now, because what if I do 5.0 by 2? You only tell me what type of operation it is now. Double by int. So the result will be in double only. So no issue this time. Okay, because what if I do 5 by 2.0? It is again by int and double combination. So the result will be double only. No need not to worry about it. Understood, everyone? Clear?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay. Interviewer will ask was write a program to find the average of three subjects. What you will do, you will write taka 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 taka. Okay, so you will take one variable int a is equals to 15, int b is equals to 16, then int c is equals to 15. Then what you will do, you will tell int result. Okay, then you will come to know, okay, average will come as a double. Then you will do like this, double result is equals to a plus b plus c by 3. Now you use a common sense and tell me what will be the result here. This is int, a is int, b is int, c is int, and what is 3? That is also int. Int plus int will give you int. Again, int by int will give you int. Yes or no? So what you should do? You should do 3.0. Int a is equals to 15, int b is equals to 16, int c is equals to 15. Now the smart people will do like this, a plus b plus c divided by 3, 15.0. Is it right? No, it doesn't make 15 point. This is the average actually. First you are doing int by int operation, the result will be int only. Even though you are storing it in double, the result whatever you got 15, it will be 15.0. Clear? Understood, everyone? So I want you guys to work on questions. Okay, the first question is calculate the simple interest. So the formula is principal P time into rate of interest divided by 100. This is the formula. Then calculate average of three subjects. Hope you know the formula. Calculate amount of discount. What is the formula? Total into percentage of discount divided by 100. Okay, that will be the amount of discount you are going to get for your total amount. Calculate the tax for a given amount. So the formula is amount into rate of tax divided by 100. calculate the BMI. So the formula is weight divided by height to height. Weight divided by height square. Clear? I want you guys to work on these questions, and if you have any doubts or any concern of today's topic or on any of these questions, you can just ask me, guys. Do you have any questions, guys? It might be on anything like today, whatever we covered, or like if you have any other queries related to the course, you can even ask that. No issues. Okay then, guys. So please practice these things so you have a weekend. So spend some time, at least 1 hour for your sake of your life. Okay? So I request you please spend at least 1 hour for the sake of your life in your weekend. Okay? Please. Okay, so that will help you out in understanding the program. Okay, until you see, don't read any program, guys. It is waste. Instead of that, you just don't read only. You should execute the programs. You should sit and type the programs. Okay, and run them and see the output. Okay, that is what required. So please work on that part. Okay, so we'll continue our next session on Monday. Okay, so we shall see what are the operators that are available, then we shall understand the conditional statements. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of things to cover in further, so let's go around it in the later stages. Okay, fine, guys, see you on Monday. Okay, happy weekend. Please sit and practice, don't waste your time. Okay, bye, guys. Thank you.